America does not have an America First foreign policy, despite what Donald Trump says. America has an Israel First foreign policy.
Dropping nuclear weapons on civilians? Like, are you joking?
Armageddon is good. Armageddon brings about the coming of Messiah, where world peace will be forever.
So, how about no? How about, like, spending all of your effort to prevent this from happening? Would you kill baby Hitler?
Baby Hitler hadn't actually done anything wrong, so it's out of order, really. How would you explain it? What are you doing to that baby? Well, no, now, come on.
In closing, Rabbi Mendes agreed to discuss this on Piers Morgan's Uncensored with me. Visit PHIERSmovement.com, sign the petition, and fill out the survey, because we've got a plan for peace.
Have no fear. You're a good man. You're a good man. I want to make a course explaining the moral clarity, what we should do to save the world. Things that we spoke about. What do you say?
I like the way you think. Let's do it on Piers. Thoughts? Although he said he'd love to, he chickened out. Now we're here. Let's get right into it.
Israel and Iran are on the brink. And guess who might be paying for it? Us.
All right.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear threat. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success.
Trump is lying.
We are at a pivotal moment in history where Israel, they are setting up the U.S. to lose.
Day and night, the Iranians were pounding it.
Israel and the United States are running low on munitions. That's why Trump had to end the Iran war quick.
Iran must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
Is Iran concerned that Israel is willing to use nukes?
So Armageddon doesn't scare me. I love, if this is Armageddon, so let it be. And the world will finally reach its culmination in peace and tranquility.
The epic battle, good versus evil.
First of all, the objective is not to wipe Israel out. It is to end the regime.
Agreed.
But by hammering the regime in this war, it is going to weaken it, to show Israelis that this is not going to work, that this is not the way forward. You will never feel safe colonizing, so find a different solution.
The Israeli regime has been shown as no longer being invincible. Day and night, the Iranians were pounding it. So clearly Iran had the upper hand.
At the end, missiles we shot, they told us they were coming and where they were and what time they were coming. And they said, if you'd like to have a different time, we'll do that. And that's respect when they do that. I appreciated that they did that. There was no surprise. We got the soldiers out of the base in Qatar, in this case. But they knew they were coming. 14 missiles were coming.
So the objective is not to kill everyone. That's never been Iran's objective. Just like, again, going to South Africa, that's the model. Where everyone is equal as a human being, that's the model.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
There's your proof. Iran wants peace. How could anyone think that Iran's the bad guys when the war criminals are Netanyahu and Trump? Regarding nukes.
Now, Iran, when it comes to the nuclear program, technologically speaking, Iran is ahead of Pakistan and ahead of North Korea. Iran has chosen not to develop nuclear weapons, and many people are against this. My own children are against this. They argue with me about this. I still believe that a nuclear weapon is not a good thing because it creates the incentive for everyone to develop.
Did you hear that? The Iranians never wanted a nuclear weapon because it's against their religion to have collateral damage. Remember, they want peace.
But the truth is that we have never been after developing a nuclear bomb, not in the past, not presently, or in the future, because this is wrong, and this is in contrast to religious decree or the fatwa. So it is religiously forbidden for us to go after a nuclear bomb. And this was always corroborated thanks to our cooperation with IAEA, because they were always there to verify this and to substantiate that we have never wanted a nuclear bomb. But unfortunately, this cooperation was disturbed by the unlawful attacks against our nuclear facilities.
So it's for these reasons that Iran is finally considering having nukes as a deterrent.
I still believe that a nuclear weapon is not a good thing. But then again, who knows what will happen in the future because of the stupidity of the Americans and the Israeli regime.
Look it up. For decades, the West has been planning these unholy wars.
I would say very openly and clearly to your audience, Iran is the hope of humanity. And I think that the Americans have shown the world that over the decades they've been lying about Iran.
Because they actually want peace. So it sounds like Iran represents the good guys, and it's the West that must represent evil.
Right.
If the regime seriously contemplates using a nuclear weapon, then obviously Iran will move in a direction to preserve its existence. But also, the rest of the world will do the same, because a nuclear weapon is a threat to the world. And I don't see the Israeli regime surviving under, if it moves in that direction.
And the U.S. won't survive either if we don't make Congress do its job of ending wars, impeaching Trump, and stopping tariffs now. We can do all this and more once we get 3.5% of the population to sign the petition and fill out the survey at PHIERS.org. With 3.5%, we can make America first our defining policy, while never forgetting that Palestinians and blacks are Semitic too. Protesters around the world are free to quote me, because I'm not anti-Semitic. Don't believe me? Ask the rabbi.